have such a powerful tool with merchandise. You can create value for your brand, value for your customer by giving them a practical product, but as well measurable value for your business in the actual calculation of the return of your investment into custom merchandise.
Ralph Lauren, they had an event, an activation, where they opened a new store and they invited a whole lot of influencers. And at this event, they handed out merchandise. These influencers were then taking selfies of themselves with their friends, with the Ralph Lauren brand in picture. And it was everywhere. It just went gangbusters.
Who are you talking to? What you choose, what is the message, what is the product that you choose is the origin for everything.
I'm Will Campbell.
And I'm Pascal Vida, and this is Promotions Playbook.
Together we've built Australia's largest catalogue of customisable promotional products.
Whether you're a small business or a major player, we know the right merch can transform your brand and help you grow.
In each episode, we'll show you how to get fast, transparent and affordable promotional products to take your business to the next level.
Ready to elevate your brand? Let's dive in.
Welcome back to Promotion Playbook. Today, we're going to touch upon how to explode your event with merchandise. I guess the first couple of things we'll touch upon is what would you do? How would you make it work? Would you focus on the demographic, the merchandise that you're giving away? Things like prize draws or different sort of merch to incentivize attendance?
Yeah, I think the key how to start with your right merchandise that you want to choose for your event is who are you talking to? Again, your audience, your key as a key matrix is the source of what you choose. What is the message? What is the product that you choose? Is kind of the origin for everything, all the afterthoughts for your custom merch.
You're researching your target audience. What's the first things you do?
Yeah, I will definitely think of, okay, what is the situation I place these my customers into? So let's say we have a big exhibition in a big warehouse. So think of an exhibition in a big warehouse / hall. People walking around, you want to catch them and their attention. We had one client, remember, who did it quite smart. He had a rented popcorn machine and branded popcorn bags and people running around with the popcorn and the branded bag across the entire exhibition.
And the smell, trying to follow where
Correct, exactly. From, yeah. So you have, in this moment as well, they used the bag. On the bottom of the bag, they had a little ticket that they could win, Airport Pros was it, I guess, at their booth.
So basically they had like a QR code at the bottom that you'd register your details with.
Yeah, correct,
and then
exactly.
At the end of the day, perhaps at 3 or 4 o'clock to make sure that everyone stayed there for the event, then it was drawn out.
Correct.
So the winner obviously won AirPods Pro, but the business already also sort of retained customers and created new customer leads by recording that data that came in from the people who got the free popcorn.
Yeah, and that's a perfect example, to be honest, how you can use a simple merch product, branded popcorn bags, on an exhibition by getting your brand out there. And that's just concludes out of, okay, what type of people I want to talk to, what is the actual situation I'm placing this merchandise item, and then it's a good consequence or a good idea out of this picture what they came up with.
Very low cost as well for entry.
Yes.
You only got to hire the actual machine itself, which is small budget, and the branded bags, which is low cost, paper-based product as well.
And remember the other case where a customer had a store opening and they wanted to make sure, hey, do I get enough people for my store opening into the store? So what they announced on the social medias was, hey, the first 200 people getting a free branded bottle. Okay, why not choosing their own product? Logically, you don't want to devalue your own product. So take it out of the competition and use a product that you're normally not offering, but it's unique, it's limited edition, the first 200 only. So you create this urgency with a product. Was a great idea to draw people into the store.
You're creating a need and a want to drive that traffic into your store.
Correct. And that's kind of already two great ideas for two different type of events, how to use merchandise in the most efficient and most creative way as possible.
100%. Why don't we come up with a couple of examples of pretend customers coming to us with a problem that we need to solve. They don't know what merchandise they need.
So in our daily life that we live.
Basically, they're giving us target audience and what type of event it is. So, all right, we're going to start with a tech conference. Demographic age between, let's say, 25 to 55. So you've got to come up with 5 different products that can be used on the day and how they would influence a brand.
Yeah. So first thought process here is you have a look at the event. Again, we need to let the people be mobile, so they need to walk around. So you can't give them a 1 kilo gift box. It needs to be practical for the actual moment they are situated in. And on the other hand, as well, you want to create a long lifetime product. So first thing, you want to have exposure on the exhibition. A tote bag would be perfect.
Easy to carry.
Correct. Easy to carry. You have the branding for the participant, but as well for everyone else on this location. And then the other question is, okay, how do you use this actual item? To what else do you place in the bag that has a use for the customer after the event? Because nobody will use it on the event itself. Because we talk about a tech event, we have people there are related to tech products. You can go with power banks, you can go with wireless chargers, you can go with a smartphone cover. Everything that has a actual functional value to this people will guarantee your brand will be with them for longer than just the exhibition.
So you want to ensure that the take-home product has usability for the foreseeable future.
All the time. And that's the kind of credo that you need to run, or that we tell as well our customers over and over again, is make sure that you know your audience and where do you want to pick them up and actually place this item so that they understand, okay, wow, that has value now and as well for later on. And when you do that, when you do this simple principle thinking about what to use and where to place it, that doesn't matter what the item is in the end, it will stick longer for the customer or with your client or with your prospective than just the moment of handover and then the next bin is the new home.
Yeah, we want the complete opposite of transactional.
Correct.
We want to create a journey with that brand and just maintain that exposure.
Correct. Just quickly, if you're ready to take your brand to the next level, PromoFunks makes it easy.
With Australia's largest catalogue of over 10,000 customable products, fast quoting in just 30 minutes and transparent pricing with no hidden fees, we've got you covered.
Get your free custom quote today via a link in the show notes.
Now back to the episode.
In regards to the long-lasting effect on promotion products, yes, you see one side, you have the practicality for the user, but how you make it as well long-lasting for you as a business. That means as well, how can you recognize and measure an actual impact of a merchandise after you hand it over? And one big thing is there all the time is an actual unique QR code or link that you place or print, engrave or whatsoever on the item. So people are becoming curious about, okay, what is behind? So you can offer it with a free whatever, or some exclusive access to something. And that way you make it possible to actually make it a measurable item way and long after the event
has been and gone.
Correct.
And you're just adding value to your business because it just, I guess, stops the effect of just handing out something and not knowing the sort of feedback that's received from that product. Yeah, perfect example. Just a QR code where someone registers their details, their email address, their name, number. You've got those details for your business. They can go in your database, and later down the track, you can send a mail out, sort of asking for feedback, or perhaps try and sell them something. Yeah,
correct. And as well, there you need to know how your actual target audience thinks. So an actual simple CTA doesn't work. So you still need to understand and relate to your clients, to your prospectives, to your prospectives, what they actually want to see, hear, read.
That's why it's so important that you give your merchandise to the right person.
Yeah, correct. And you know, and first of all, you need to know as well who is the right person. And in that way, you have such a powerful tool with merchandise. You can create value for your brand. You can create value for your customer by giving them a practical product, but as well measurable value for your business in an actual calculation of the return of your investment into custom merchandise.
100%. A great example of someone that has researched their target audience is a customer we worked with at the beginning of this year for the Australian Open, Ralph Lauren. They had an event, an activation, where they opened a new store and they invited a whole lot of influencers that were, right on their brand, on par with their brand. And at this event, they handed out merchandise. And obviously Ralph Lauren is a well-known brand, and these influencers do like promoting brands. So you got the influencers, you got the Ralph Lauren brand, but it was a continuation from the store activation. So it moved on to the next day, where these influencers were then invited by Ralph Lauren to the Australian Open on main court, which saw the continuation of the merchandise that they received, aka the bamboo fan. It's always hot in Melbourne during Australian Open week. So what we saw, just easily accessible through social media, especially just searching on Instagram tags, were these influencers then taking selfies of themselves with their friends with the Ralph Lauren brand in picture. And it was everywhere. It just went gangbusters.
I saw it was a great effect.
So to them, I think that would be a successful sort of campaign, and a great example of a company that has researched their target audience and a campaign that actually has come together and worked well. Another case study is for a particular medical health service that we do work for. Their main goal is to motivate people to come in for health checks and make sure their health is up to date and up to scratch. So the merchandise we've done with them over the years is based on sort of medical products, whether it be sanitizer, Band-Aid boxes, first aid kits, and other items such as, temporary tattoos that sort of promote what they're trying to do, water bottles, things that sort of have the branding, whether it be no smoking or do not start smoking, that sort of reflection of the brand, and that's handed out to participants that attend these events.
It was like more about generating awareness about, hey, be sure about your health status. Come to us.
Come to us. We'll explain to you, the benefits of keeping healthy.
Yeah.
And if you listen to us, here's a bit of merchandise for you to take home with. And it can be active stuff like skipping ropes, sports balls we've done. So things that promote physical activity. And then obviously items that aid in health and, Band-Aids. Like I said before, first aid kits, water bottles to keep up your hydration, little things that sometimes the average person may not be educated on, but these sort of tools aid in the education of health.
Yeah, a good example for that.
Thanks for tuning in to Promotion Playbook. We hope you got some great insights into how to explode your merchandise at your event. Thank you.
See you in the next episode, and thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in to Promotions Playbook. If you enjoyed this episode, the best way to show your support is by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube so you never miss an episode.
You can also find more of us at PromoPunks on all social media platforms.
We'll catch you in the next episode, and until then, keep your brand on top.